Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Noel's Tarot, and welcome to your weekly reading with me, Shamar. Welcome to part two of your weekly reading, which is the What's the Vibe. Thank you so much. I had to go handle something real quick. Truth be told, I had to pee, but it was too embarrassing to let you know beforehand. I just had to be like, I'll go real quick. I'll be right back. I had to pee so bad. So I thank you so much. Anyways, I forget what it was that we were talking about, so this is gonna be us moving forward to tarot. But I mean, just to recap, hopefully, I'm pretty sure you gotta check out part one because it's like 40, 50 ass minutes. So, talked about a library of stuff. Wink, wink, joke, joke, hint to the first video. Just basically, there's a bunch of stuff said, but I'll say that the energy recap is basically trusting your feelings, actually feeling them deeply, delving into them, being offered them, even with the yellow energy of like sunlight being offered, clarity on your feelings, and being able to understand that you can trust them, and in a situation where, because this is a current energy spread, this energy where maybe something may be frustrating, going into an energy where possibly it's like harder to physically see, but with the intuition, whatever you feel, it's almost like you can trust that. But there's also energy of like the importance of duality. So it's like the value of two things at once. How your feelings are correct, but then there's also maybe like a collective under feeling as well. Less of that one, because there's energy of being your own priority. But I don't know. That one's leaving that one's leaving my brain some more. So there's something about just the importance of duality, and then isolation, flow, and balance is coming into like your own balance, coming into your own flow, but from a space of introspection, of with the is of isolation being just being you, being yourself completely, being just you and nothing but yourself, and then the intuition of in, of like within. So it's that's that mixture of is and in. It's like being yourself from like from within, from the root core of yourself. And if you do that, it'll bring you out of frustration. It'll bring you into a balance. No longer at that red, at that stop, but more so at like a green, like a walk, a leisure, feeling free, feeling peaceful, I guess, abundant. But moving forward, anyways. Oh yeah, I don't know. Ooh, of that red, of that stop. That's what that feels like now. You see, even how these cups are yellow. It's like interesting because it's like that would be feelings. So it's like your feelings is like being offered feelings from spirit, but like look at how they're dressed in that red. Interesting, and the coat is green. So it's like, but the first color their body would touch is that red, though, not the vest on the outside, but the red on the inside. And that's what your spread does too. First, you touch that red of frustration, then you touch the green of balance. So it's almost like we're right. The duality. It's like maybe there is a importance, a reason to the red, to the frustration, whatever it teaches you. Because then once you get to the balance, it's like you can utilize that then. So same energy of yeah, that stop, that pause might be frustrating, but there's also it's the duality of feeling all the feelings and not like skipping something for a reason. I can't understand what that means. We'll move forward. I'll go ahead and timestamp. We'll start with the clarification with tarot. So what's the vibe? We have the oracle that we have is library. Take control of your own narrative. So take control of what you learn. Take control of how you learn it. For sure. It's like a library card. It's like that's yours. Anybody else gonna check out books for you? I'm saying that like in a more empowering way. It's like it's pretty cool. You don't have to like share like a library card membership, you know, like or an account. You know, that's just for you. And I'm not sure if they're free everywhere, but they're free a lot of places, right? So it's like knowledge, power, and not for $1 million, something about that. So let's start off anyway with clarification. Starting off with determination. Brother, what's the vibe? I remember we were talking about the green and purple being complementary, how the energy complements it, because it's like when you move forward, it's at the end of the top three: yellow, orange, purple. The bottom, white, blue, green. It's at the end of each section almost. It's like it complements it because of how you. It feels like how you handle the lesson. Ten of Wands for determination. Ooh, coming up imagine walking up this mountain with a Ten of Wands. Oh my God, hell. Literally, that's what that sounds like. Hell. Oh my gosh. So literally making it through hell. It feels like. Well, this weekly reading with determination started off so. Oh, okay. So I guess like you wouldn't really carry all this crap during the nighttime. You'd probably be resting, or you'd probably doing something else that requires. So like, yeah, there's a reason for it. Like you're getting clarity on your feelings, but maybe there's a bit of work. But even think of then once you move forward into the darkness of intuition, if the brightness is the good part, but the work is the hard part, right? It's like if the equal balance then would be the darkness is the harder part, like but it's like then there's no work. It's almost like it's the opposite of what the Ten of Wands would be. It's almost like it feels like it might be an easier weight to carry, just utilizing the intuition rather than climbing up this mountain. Does that make sense? What's yellow? His hair. That's the only thing that's yellow. That's that Aquarian energy. The only star you can hope and trust in is like. Maybe even your thoughts, your feet, whatever, whatnot. I don't know. We're going to keep moving because I have to pull out all the cards to see what it says first. I don't know. Frustration, the Nine of Pentacles. That's a lot of yellow now. A lot of feelings in that frustration. Okay, so maybe not expressing feelings as you're doing some work, That's what that says. Maybe just keeping all. Oh, okay. So that's why the yellow line said keeping all the feelings on your mind, not expressing them, not getting them out. That's why that blue is lit up in the background, because blue is communication. It's like this daytime is gonna transform you. You're gonna go through, like, if you're going through a lot of work and a lot of burdens, not expressing your feelings, that blue gonna transform you. Once it turns to that midnight purple, it's like you're gonna be. But before we even get there, I don't know, this yellow comes out for frustration, and it's all on the pentacles too. So it's like there's like there's worth in your feelings. Like your feelings are worth something. That's what the Nine of Pentacles says too. But it's like your feelings will complete something. They'll complete this frustrating journey, or this frustrating section that you're on. How so? The only thing I see first is this falcon and the whole falconry sport. So it's almost like, oh, I did not. Oh, my nails are kind of annoying. I didn't even realize that this whole time. My dumb self. So yeah, I don't know, an energy of preparation with sports, but then also like, no, literally training season, Dua Lipa. That's what I thought about earlier. So maybe something you trained for, some type of frustration. An example I have is that energy of Pisces season that I've been talking about all freaking year, where it's like, I forget the thought, and I'm like, all right, well, Pisces energy says literally immediately just let it go if you forget it. But I want to hold on to the thought so much. I'm like, frick, what was I thinking? But usually once I do that, it comes back. Or if not, like even the duality, if not, then oh well, I have to let it go for the time being. So like that's a hard lesson, especially for me. But I don't know, that's what it, and even like the energy of that, like, I don't know, falconry is a sport, but even thinking like, if you love something, set it free. That bird right there is like, it is a free animal. It can quick and go, but it chooses. With this energy, it chooses. And this card nines are all about freedom and sovereignty. So it's interesting, like when you are free, when you can choose. It's like, well, when you're free, then you can choose. So maybe like this frustration is holding you up from being able to make choices. Maybe stuck on something that's burdensome with the Ten of Wands. I do appreciate tarot for giving us words, because of these feelings, they were so hard to communicate in part one. I'm sorry if that took a long time, but Prism Oracle. That's all I can say with that. The intuition that comes out next. Oh, not about 30 cards. Goddamn. God dang. All right. Just one card, Spirit, please. I see one. I see fire. That's literally fire. 4 of Wands. Why do both the yellow card, purple card we talked about, the determination and intuition, they both got fire energy with the wands? That's interesting, because that's what you would use, to light your way. But it's almost like in the daytime you got 10 wands. It's like you're lighting your path, but the sun's already doing that work, And then it's almost like, but then by the time you get here, it's like there's double energy. It's like by the time you get here, you've burned through, some wands, and now you need them for the nighttime, and it's like now they're not there because you maybe burned through them, or you burned through some energy, possibly quicker than you need to is one energy. But I feel like if you're since you get to balance, obviously that's not true completely. Like there is some good here that's being done. So it almost feels like excuse me, I'm so sorry. The other energy is like the Ten of Wands. It's like working hard, determined to learn how to utilize these wands, and you've learned how to utilize them so well. It's like these are 4 wands, and I feel like you've chosen each one specifically like your best 4 wands. But it's almost like with the 10, you've gone through a whole journey and you've been able to actually learn. And these are all you kept these. These are pieces of the journey, and you're taking them home almost. And then it's like whatever this is in the future, it's like a celebration. It's like something like a structure for balance, peace, stable. Even like a stable that's a home for the animal. It was like a home, but like a comfortable. With the wands, it's warm. So it's like just like a comfortable, warm area. Not just area, but wands. Wands, I think of spiritual. And you think of like spiritual. It's almost like the energy of like home is where the heart is. Home is wherever you are. It's like not physical but spiritual, in a sense. So, and that's what the intuition would be definitely. So it's like whatever this is, it feels comfortable, it feels stable, it feels warm, accepting. And with the intuition, it's like duality, balance. Whatever this is, it could be balance for sure. And that's yellow to purple again. I know there's a lot of yellow in the tarot, but not that much. And so it's cool. It comes to like balance that out. And with them being opposite, it may challenge it. Like your feelings and your intuition, maybe the experience of what you've been through could challenge your feelings or challenge what you think you feel. But it's almost like feel it all. And then with intuition, it's just like, I think the best advice in that is like with intuition, with that eye, is like recognize that you have information, you have seen and been through things, right? So that's why you have feelings that you can trust, but also realize that you've been through things, and that like it's a book. It's like you've read that one book. Once you read like book 2, it's like you're literally like, imagine if an author said, here's my book 1, and then they gave you book 2, and then it literally said it like a whole different cover, a whole different concept. They're like, this book is about this, it's a whole different thing, and then you read the pages and it's like the same thing. That's like not kind of, that's kind of what Spirit's saying. It's like the story will be different if you continue to move. But the 3 of Swords at the bottom. See, I don't know about that. See, Well, yeah, actually, I do, because it's like the Three of Swords is that holy trinity of it's the swords. I know it can feel very pretty painful, but it's like it's still the mind. So it's like three swords. Three is all about connection, birth. I think of the Empress being the third in the tarot, and three being big sign of Gemini. So again, choices. But it's still very young energy, being early on. So Empress, young, birth, still like something being birthed, something that's very young. Not just sensitive, but what's the word? Not just tender, but you know, like something that's new and like fresh and like what's the word? Oh my goodness. It's just like sensitive to the touch, but it's like tender. It's like I can't think of the right word, but maybe you know what I'm saying. Oh my god. But basically, the energy is like, be careful, don't harm that. It is still developing in a sense. So I don't know. It's like the swords, the mind. It's like you're growing in your mind. You're growing strong in it. And so this is just a part where like you're connecting, reconnecting, rebirthing. Maybe just new to a certain cycle mentally. I don't know. And that's why it's important. I don't know. There could be heartbreak in that as well. But with the King of Pentacles, says you're abundant. You got the cash flow, and I don't know. You got this demeanor. It feels like you got this like a confidence about you. And the Page of Wands, yeah, breakthrough, spiritual breakthrough. You've got the confidence, and you also like you walk your talk. It's like you're not just a seed that's just like, oh, I can break through the ground. You actually then break through the ground. Breakthrough is another Lemonade Mouth song. So that's funny. Still getting very confident energy. I don't know why yet though. We'll keep moving forward. What flew out? The Four of Swords, and that's definitely for isolation. That comes up next, because it's right after the Four of Wands. So two fours, very stable, very much Emperor energy, but then also what's four? I'm thinking four, golf four. And if I think of golf, I think of Tiger Woods. Why Tiger Woods? I do not know, but I'm also just thinking about golf in general, which is a sport. So we talked about the falconry. But golf, most people think it's like a boring sport, which, you know, it's just, you know, eye of the beholder type of shit. So, you know, it could be a boring sport, but I mean, even think of this, like this rest and isolation, probably you could think of it. It's a boring space. The first card we had was that Four of Cups. And so we had the Four of Wands and Four of Swords still, so wild. The other one missing is what, Four of Pentacles, which would give me like the energy of a car. So if you have all these, it's almost like there could be less movement, which makes sense because flow comes in. It's almost like the dam before it breaks. So it's like you're collecting data on your feelings, you're collecting information on your feelings, you're trying to learn about what your feelings mean to you before they flow out. So I think this is just an important time of processing your feelings based off of some burden that you have either recently gone through or just recently let go of. Because once you go into the future, you're going to need some of that experience that you've been through to light your path. Because the nature of it it'll be harder to see physically, so you're gonna have to utilize your intuition. It's okay. I say it's okay though, because there will be a moment of rest for you, of respite, even if it doesn't feel like it. I just feel like, because for some reason this guy is giving real much like 6-minute nap, but not 6-minute nap, but just like it's like, it's almost like the energy around you is very free, is very much so rest and relaxed, but it's almost like you're still doing a bit of work. So it's very interesting energy. It's like not vacation work, but it's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. We'll keep moving. Almost like a person who still likes to work even when they're off their job, or like they maybe have like a passion project or something like that. And it's like the breaks even in the passion project, like even though the passion project is still like a break for you, it's like there's still like moments of like respite and peace for you. Last thing I'm seeing in that card is just that stained glass window. So art could be important. Stained glass, that's a huge process that involves color and like a physical object to pass through it. So it's like it's like a tool. So like us. So like we dress ourselves and then sunshine passes through us to then, you know, light us up. Except this person's not in color. Oh, the only color they are dressed in is yellow, which I did not see. It's actually gold, so something about these feelings and this rest is very valuable. Very important, very strong too. And again, with gold being, I believe it's what is it not like an element? So like this again is like natural, and even so, even also it's like when you rest, you're gonna be in your element, like your perfect element. But this also is like it's natural too, so it's like go ahead and take that respite because it's important. Because with flow, it's almost like again the energy of like you're gonna need that for the journey, for the transformation, but journey more so. We have flow, and then down to the last two, flow. Oh my goodness. So Emperor energy is definitely there with Knight of Wands behind it. Not many kings and queens, there's a lot of knights and pages though. Only the King of Pentacles, I guess. So flow. Just one spirit, please. And then we're gonna check for the world, literally 21. Daniwan, which is because we talked about it with the energy of the Fool. So that's where your change comes in. Literally change and transformation comes in on the blue card. And that blue behind that's very synchronistic, which is pretty cool. This is all the fixed energy. So something that's destined for you, a destined flow, a destined change, a destined transformation, where the energy levels out. And that's reminding me to think of my zodiacs, of course. So let me think one more card for balance. The Three of Wands. Okay. I like how yellow is playing again off of that green. And look how this is no way. Well, I mean, I don't know where the Four of Cups guy is, but here he is now. Look how that red is still on the inside. That green is that vest. It's still the same energy. But it's not like you changed the order. You didn't take it off and be like, oh, red sucks, because it's just like not a lot of light, and it's anger, and it's bleh. It's like you dressed, actually put more on, but it's like it's very like strategic, it's planned, like the Three of Wands would be, and this green on the outside. It's like it's very nice. It's a very nice balance, even though I don't know. Same way with these colors of the spread, it's all over the place, but at the same time, it's like there's a with the planning, there's a reason for it. I don't know. This comes together pretty nicely because it's like you plan for something, you wait for it, it's like three things again with that number 3. And the Four of Wands, at the way the spread goes, Four of Wands then goes to the 3. So the way I'm looking at this, 10 of Wands then goes to 4 swords, like top to bottom. That makes sense. Burdened, then you rest. 9 of Pentacles in the world. 9 is like completing something, finishing something out. Sovereign, feeling whole, and then, you know, literally the world is that hole, that portal you walk through and you transform. That makes sense. But now you have 4 of Wands going to 3 of Wands. So interesting, you drop a wand. And I think that's that. You see that line right there? That feels like that wand, even randomly enough. And if I ask why you dropped the wand, the only thing, and it's very strange, it's almost like they call it a magic spell, but like not like a real spell, but just like the imagery of it to just get the picture. It's like on the ground, it's like this is part of the magic. That's fixed, like the world is. It's like this is part that's like already here for you, right? And so your mission, blah blah, was to come and take one of the wands and drop it. So maybe this is like that 4 of Wands. You feel safe, secure. You've got what you need. You take that one to where you're supposed to. Your plan, your journey, drop it in, and it's like you drop it on like a spinning plate, and so it's like, oh, the wand is turning, and then once it locks into place, I don't know, it's a full line, it's a balanced picture. So it's like, I don't know, it's almost like it's giving past the, like when they pass the little baton and like the race or whatever, and like they're running when you're running a race and you have to like pass it along. That's another sport. It's a lot of sport energy plus all this red feels like Mars energy coming through. But I don't know. It's just like with the world here after that transformation. I don't know. It's interesting because then this balance is here, another hole, another portal, in a sense. But walking through it is like, again, there's a lot of like fixed destined energy, but then also like action, the energy of Mars, of like taking action, of moving, that actually like sort of like is needed as well. It's like the action brings in the balance. What you do in this brings in balance. The choices you make for sure. But it's almost like it's all, you know what I'm saying, nothing happens to it till it happens. But then also like with the yellow, it's like you have to feel things too. You have to like process them. It's not just like a jump into action. It's almost like maybe sometimes you could like with the Ten of Wands and then like the Nine of Pentacles, you could just be like, burden dropped, and then like you just immediately run out and like, oh, I don't need to process any of that. I'm just gonna go back out and hit the town, hit the club. And it's like that's cool too. But it's almost like with library, it's like before you like you're on your way to the club and you're like you're doing just as you planned, you about to go hit the club, but before you get there, you're like, oh shit, that's a cool little library. The club don't close till like 11 or 12, and it's only 7, and I guess I got time to stop by a library. And then you get like lost in a couple of books. It's like you don't realize that, and I don't know, the couple of books you get lost in, it's like all of a sudden they make you start processing these feelings you may have. And it's like God's plan. Think Drake. It's like, and not really, and that's funny, in my feelings. The feeling man of all is freaking Drake. But it's like that's the point. It's like it's almost like no matter what, this is a destined energy for you to feel your feelings, but it's almost like Spirit's trying to prepare you the most that they can so that you can like that Aquarian energy, like have, at least have like a notebook or have a bag or a pencil to be able to like take notes, for important things. But not just even physically, but just like to, I don't know how to say it, get through it in like the least clumsiest way possible. But then also just like the most peaceful way possible for you with that Mars energy and the Four of Swords, the opposite of like war and peace comes up. So it's like that's what it wants. The energy wants you to be able to learn something in a peaceful way, a new lesson in a peaceful way, learn a lesson in a peaceful way, stable, use your magic in a peaceful way. Like with this, the way this like it's three of wands and it's balance. It's like this is like major. It's like whatever you're doing is like you add a balance to the magic. It's like it wouldn't be the same without you. And whatever this is you're doing, it's at the bottom. 5 of Cups. Yeah, this energy would be sad without you, but not just sad, but just like it would feel like something is missing without you. 8 of Swords, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, not Queen of Swords, my bad. Queen of Wands, 8 of Swords, like not 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords feels like blinded, and Queen of Wands feels like it's like even without that sight, using that fire, using that gut feeling. So it's like you are, I don't know, it's like you have a certain vision, a certain light to you that is very important, especially in this current moment, because I think what is helping not, oh, well, it's not the same song, but it is Dua Lipa again, but she's a Leo, so I guess the energy's coming through for that. But, and that's in the fixed energy of the world as well. But I saw the 8 of Swords and the Queen of Wands with the fire. It just reminded me of like in the Houdini extended edit that she made. What did she say? Free the people from daylight? Which I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but if I talked about one energy of this, like the sunlight being like just maybe like a taxing energy, and literally the next card is all about freedom with the 9 of Pentacles. And then after that is darkness, but then you still have the 4 of Wands, so it feels stable. It's almost like whatever this daylight is like free the people from daylight, free the people from and I don't even know what that line's supposed to mean completely yet because I haven't processed it in my own brain. I just be singing it. But there's something here about about that because at the bottom with the Eight of Swords, it's like something. It's like even because the Eight of Swords is a card that's done in the daylight, so it's like something is still blind. If not the sunlight's blinding, then someone is blinded by something, or they're not seeing something fully, and it's like it's not isn't it because it's almost like it's not the sun's job. That makes sense because it's almost like it feels like there's something that's like within someone. So it's like the sun is not gonna light it up. It's like it's what's needed to light up these feelings, these things is something from within. Like the wands, like the soul, like your soul, like your passion, your dreams, your ambitions. Letting yourself just move, movement by Hosier. Letting yourself move and be, and that'll be what'll like highlight or what does the sun do? Illuminate these feelings, I guess you'd say. But yeah, I feel like the struggle is you're trying to like I don't know. It's almost like the daylight. It's almost like the sun. It's like you're like hoping that you're like I can just lay out in the sun, or I can just walk out and they'll know exactly how I feel. It's like no, it has to be lit from within. The sun, That's a weird example, but I don't know. I don't know. Well, literally, that's freaking hilarious. So I guess as the universe saying pause and period on that statement because the sun comes out then to say exactly that there will be exterior illumination. That natural glow does come out, but it's almost like you have to exercise for that glow. You have to work for it. But once you do put in the work for it, it's gonna be beautiful. It's just very interesting. That's just very interesting. But I don't know. I don't know what else I see from that. I do see freedom, release, and rest for sure. Zodiacs, I see the fixed signs, which are Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. With most of this, I see a wand, so that's definitely Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But then the Nine of Pentacles gives me Virgo, maybe Capricorn, and then the Four of Swords definitely gives me like if not the Gemini, like the very end of Gemini, then I would say possibly like what's that one? Libra. So Libra, possibly Libra energy, but even Aquarius. We talked about it a bunch, and it's here. And Aquarius is the opposite of Leo, so that is definitely an important thing here, because that sounds about right. If Leo were that yellow, that bright sunshine, Aquarius, you could even say there's that purple on the opposite end, that darkness of winter, that purple midnight. But I don't know. That's about. And the Fool comes out and say, yeah, for sure, that 22 energy of the Fool. Take the leap of faith. Feel your feelings. I don't know. Each season will catch you, in a sense. It's like we jump into each season without knowing what it'll bring us, but then we continue to move forward if we can. I don't know what else I see with that. I hope this does help, though. I hope that you take control of your narrative the best that you can. I'm even thinking like books and pages. It's like when you read a book, it's like, you don't question that voice that you hear. Like you don't say, oh, that's a weird voice. I don't know if you hear. I don't know how people hear actually when they read books, but it's not like a full voice. It's just like I can hear my thoughts in my head. When I read a book, I hear the words that I'm reading. I don't know how it works for everybody else. But yeah, it's just almost like you don't question that voice. You don't say that sounds weird because like it's your voice. Your voice reading to you. So unless you're listening to audiobooks, and that's a different story there, love. But yeah, I don't know. Just trust your own voice because it's yours. Don't second guess it. The only thing that you need to second guess, I guess, in a sense, is like when you gather all the information. It's like, oh, okay, now I have it all. Let me just take a look at it. But like that first gut feeling you have, that first thought you have, so we just like let that live, lean into that, let that grow itself. I guess the second guessing that part is really more so just like verifying, really. You're just like checking in with yourself. The way you write something down to be like, oh yeah, this is how I feel. Okay, and that's that. You don't, it's like the hard balance of magic. It's like putting intention into it and then just releasing it. It's like if you don't release it, then you hold on to it too much, and then the universe can't take it. So the universe can't help you out. But if you don't put anything into it, the universe like literally radio silence. So like they're like, what do you want? It's an interesting balance. But anyways, I hope this does help. It's the four ones going to the three. Someone's passing you the baton. They said, take this to the finish line. It's almost like they trust you to not even trust you. It's trust and need. Spiritually obligated. It's like there's no other with the fixed energy. There's no other way. But there are choices for sure. But it's like you are the best choice to take this to the finish line. So it's like, or just complete this, or to bring something new to this energy, which is really cool. So I hope this helps. I thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay tuned for the next video. Stay tuned for the modality series. If I can work that out for the channel, that'd be dope. That will be. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh yeah, but also yeah, like, share, subscribe. And I'll also go ahead and pull the last bit of extra advice. It'll be like really quick. If you want to stay for that, you can. If not, then I'll just see you next time on the other video. But yeah. Let's see. What deck? There's the Rider-Waite. There's a Prism Oracle. And there's a Believe in Your Magic Oracle. We did Believe in Your Magic last time, but the Prism Oracle ain't been saying much. And we have the Rider-Waite. I don't know. What do you guys want? We have these three. I gotta make a choice. I see energy. This is the oddball out. It's a Prism Oracle with this red. So I don't know. Maybe I'll look at the Prism Oracle. That's what okay, that's a funny thing. If you stuck to the end of this reading, it's important that everything that I just blabbed about is definitely important, because I just said something about like trust your gut feeling, for sure. The duality in that, the balance is you're gonna have to maybe verify, take all the information, think about it, maybe even ask other people to weigh in. And I just gave a real life example of doing that. But my gut feeling at the very beginning was the Prism Oracle, which I'm going with. And then I showed you how this was yellow. And then I believe this is yellow, whatever, not that match, but this is the one that was the odd one out. So it's like stupid. It's a real life example. Like, hey, maybe what I said a moment ago was worth at least something. Or not just that, but like, yeah, trust your feelings. Spirit confirms that for sure. But let's see. What's one extra card of advice from the Prism Oracle? One more from the Prism Oracle. I was about to be like, screw the Prism Oracle. Oh, ooh. I can't even see my screen no more. I'm sorry. We're freaking late. Hopefully it's not drowning out anything, but trust. That's crazy. That's just funny. There's a bunch of cards in here. Not crazy, but funny. There's Space, which I like. This card. Jake's, this is what space feels like. I just need some. It always comes to my brain. It comes to my brain, but trust is cool, because we were just talking about that. You can trust sort of the energy of what we were just talking about. This is like an Inception conversation now. I'm like, you can trust the energy of what we were talking about, of the energy we were talking. I'm not trying to do that. But it's almost like it's just extra confirming, which is cool. So the Trust of Blue, that energy comes in the World and the Ten of Wands, which are energies about completion, but that flow energy of like transformation, ups and downs, the hard work of completion, the hard work of getting through fixed energy. Like, fixed energy can be very beautiful, but also can be very tough, just as all energy can be. But I'm thinking like fixed energy, like dirt, or like, what do we have to learn from Leo and the rest of them? Like Leo, the sun is like, we have to have the sun's gravitational pull to stay together, but the sun can be very damp, very painful. Icarus, what did he learn from the sun or whatever, whoever that was? And then we have Taurus, which is can be very like stable. King of Pentacles we just had, very, very comfortable, but also it's like it doesn't want to move. It's like that animal or that thing, it could be like that obstacle that's always in the way, or like that thing that's just always fixed or stuck there. It's like it's not gonna move, not for you, not for anything else. Like a Scorpio, I don't know. Oh, well, I know Scorpio for sure. It's like I said recently dealt with an annoying one. So I'm thinking of like, but I mean, not whoever's listening to this. If you're Scorpio, you're probably not annoying for sure. Especially if you're listening to this, you're probably just chill as heck. Um, but the other one, I'm talking. I don't know, different mind, different generation, for that person specifically. I'm thinking Scorpio, and that's what I'm thinking too. Is like time. Scorpio is like has to do with like past, present, future. It's very watery, intuitive, but also instinctual. Scorpio, like I'm trying to think of like death and rebirth. You think of like, or births and deaths, they happen at certain times. So for me, Scorpio can do a lot with time, and so with that fixed energy, I just think Scorpio can be pretty like stuck in a certain time, or like they can be very transformative and move forward and show you very innovative things, or they can be stuck in a certain time, which is what I saw. Just stuck in a certain mindset, and I was like, oh my god, move forward to a different mindset. um I don't know, but that's what I say with Scorpio energy is like in that fixed energy, or with Aquarius is fixed energy, innovative, but the fixed energy of that, I don't know. It is a sign of man, so like you could be someone who maybe just acts in a very like maybe Neanderthalistic way. It's like the way that they transform, the way that they move past fixed energies, they update their mind, think differently. It's like the way, like I guess evolution, think of that sort of in a sense. It's like all these signs have their fixed energy of being stuck, and that blue, it's almost like the way the cleanse card will show sometimes. It's like one half will be in the water, one half's out. It's like it can do both. There's that fixed with the world. There's a fixed energy of like, well, part of it is in the water, and part of it's not. So there's always a transformation, but in order for something to transform, something has to be something first and foremost. So again, like how we're at the 22 at the end of the journey, it's like you've had a journey. So it's like in order for this journey to transform, you are like it's just basically confirming that you've had a journey. You've already moved through some things. So it's almost like trusting yourself because you've come through a journey already. That's like the fixed energy of the blue. It's like in order to you are transforming. But in order to believe that, in order to fully transform the best way you can, you have to really own the fact that you've been through, like own your journey and own yourself, because like it's almost like, yeah, taking control of your own narrative. Is like no one's gonna tell your story better than you. No one's gonna live your story better than you because no one knows it better than you in a sense. With all the fire of like the soul, and then we have like even like the not just the fire of the soul, but I think it's like the blue, the air of the mind, or it's like the information you've gathered, and the soul, the journey you've been on, and the information you gathered. Excuse me, so sorry. No one knows that better than you because no one's experienced it, and no one's collected that knowledge except for you. No one's seen what you've seen. No one's done what you've done. People probably done similar things, but not through your shoes and not through your eyes, your hands and mouth. Not through your soul, not through your feet. More Pisces energy. So it's just like I think that's where you can have that confidence. If we have that confidence energy, that's where you can have that trust and that confidence and that full faith is in yourself, because it's like who's gonna tell you anything else other than you about your journey, and who's gonna tell you what moves to make next? In a sense. It's like, I mean, could you imagine looking at someone like a complete stranger and being like, you should go and do that, actually? It's like telling someone how to move in their journey. It would be wild. You wouldn't know anything about them. And it's like making medical choices for someone that you don't know, you know? It's like you can't really do that. And it works in the same way senses because like that affects your life. And that's the other thing that affects your life is how you even move step by step or day by day. So I don't know. This is important. There's a transformation coming through. At the bottom, we have space. At the bottom of the we have the full space for your leap of faith. Space for your own feelings. That makes sense. Space for you to feel your own feelings and make your own choices. And mural will be your own first priority. Feels very much so like oxygen mask on an airplane. Space to do that, because if you don't have the space to really collect yourself and breathe, then those that need you, those around you that will can utilize your expertise and your confidence, they won't be able to, because you'll be, you know, knocked out from no oxygen. So you got to be your own first priority. You have to take that leap of faith. You can trust your feelings, but with the leap of faith, it's almost like you have to act fast or just move naturally, move fast. Trust your gut, because it's like you're moving on your timing and your you know, your gut. It's almost like to say just definitely trust yourself for sure. And that can be difficult because again, with feelings you can have, you know, both feelings of like, oh, I feel this, but I feel conflicting feelings at the same time. But I just say, I think I circle back to that same example of like, what did you think first? What did you feel first? And sort of, you know, let that sit and simmer instead of just like, you know, jumping with the one that feels the most exciting or the one that pops up. You know, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. A bunch of wands are here, but none of those wands would be here without the number one. You know, so there, I mean, there's 10, 4, 14 plus 3, 17. 17 wands here. But there's no way you're getting to the number 17 before you start the number one. So I think it's honestly saying that those other ones are there, but that first one is the reason for all of them. So just start at the first feeling, trust that feeling, and sort of like just with the blue and purple, just move slowly and like I guess take it step by step, move and see how you feel from there. I don't know. It's really interesting energy, but I just want to make sure I don't leave it. I believe this is the number 2. URST as of 19, 20, 20. So decisions, big decisions, judgment energy. But judgment is Scorpio, so that makes sense with it being a blue card to Pluto energy, but deep transformation. I don't know. Well, I think the last joke example I'm thinking of is like the fact that Pluto is a planet, but it's it's up to you. It's your choice. Mostly these days, because a lot of people are like, no, it's this, it's that. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess is the point of that. It's like, as long as we all allow each other to decide what we want, trust in our own spiritual connections with the planets. If we all were fixed in the idea of like what it was, it would be, I don't know, I feel like we would just crap on the energy. It's a lot nicer to, I don't know how to say that. It's so frustrating. And here's my frustration energy. So frustrating to be like, feel your feelings and trust them, but to not give you such a solid example. But I hope this helps. I hope it helps, because the trust coming out, it almost looks like the success card, just like a full circle. So it's like a full circle success. I don't know. Yeah, because you choose your success first. And because you do that, the universe mirrors you. They reflect you. They say, oh, okay, bet. And they say, all right. Then they hit you with more success. So you choose your first success, and the universe hits you with more. And your first success is trusting yourself, really. I think it's beautiful. And I hope this helps. Thank you so much. Sorry for the long video, but maybe it don't even matter. I have to learn how to stop saying sorry anyways. But I hope this helps, and I will see you guys on the next reading. Thank you so much for being here, and much love. I think the thought that I want to say is so deep. It's like I'm like the dam didn't even break. It said, "Oh, don't let the water go." But I was gonna say thank you guys for being here, just in general. I appreciate your energies, and again, I just hope to help as much as I can. I'll see you guys on the next one. For those of you who email me, keep up on those emails. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be hitting you guys back up. Trust and believe. But all together, love you guys so much. If you want a personal reading, also forget information for that is down below. You can email me for that, and I will definitely let you know about that. But yeah. Alrighty. You can see you guys later. Have a good day. Happy March. Happy beginning of this year in general. And yeah, that's it for this video. I'm done rambling. I love you guys so much. I'll see you later. Alright. Later.